I just wasted that introduction.
Oh man.
Not that anybody's listening.
Right.
Who
Oh,
cares? It's me and you.
it's Blue Day. You must have got the
Blue?
memo. I'm wearing blue. You're wearing blue. What are you looking at?
I just moved my head.
Oh, making sure everything works. Making
Yeah,
sure your head's screwed on right.
yeah, making sure I want to start wearing like turtlenecks. I want to start like wearing shirts like this and make it look like I have, well, myself a neck.
Sure,
So
necks are the bomb. I love
yeah,
turtlenecks.
they feel weird. I feel claustrophobic.
You just have to get used to them. Plus, you can grab them with two hands and pull them out a bit so they're stretched. They
Yeah,
don't
then they
have
look
to
then they
be.
look like this, and I look so
No,
professional.
no, no, no. You've clearly never done it before. Try it. You might
Nope,
like it.
nope.
So, what's going on in Tom's world? Hello?
I'm here.
What's going on?
Well, I got an owie, so I got to get a band-aid.
We're stopping everything for a band aid?
Yeah.
No, right in the middle, right there.
Better?
Not really. It's not centered.
I'm oh my word. No, I'm okay.
You're
It's
what?
it's
You're off your meds? Is that what you want?
well, well that'll be a conversation we can have, but no, I'm fine. It's
Good.
life's just full of like I'm busy. I'm so
Good.
busy at work. Like things are just falling. Like I'm not complaining, but like I get I got this new hotel I was supposed to go see, a hotel chain that came from Ontario that the lady I'm dealing with, that I didn't go see Friday because I hurt my thigh.
What's the
I think I got
chain?
a what's that?
What's the
What chain?
chain?
I don't
Yeah.
I don't remember. I have to look on my other phone.
Oh,
But
right.
it's well, let me look because I know you're curious now. But so we get a lead like last week, and again, out of the blue, falls out of the blue. It's a brand new hotel being built in Surrey. And she goes, her name's Patricia. Actually, the first time I looked at email, I thought it was Patrick. And so she's saying, hey, I was encouraged by people one of our places back east, and they recommended this and this. And with hotels, they have primary purchasers
Yep.
that they can buy from, blah blah blah,
That's
right?
right. Yep.
And
Yep.
so we kind of look up the two brands of coffee they said and where she said they were from, and nobody in nobody in Nova Scotia buys that coffee from us. Now there could be a secondary distributor, so we're going like, where is this coming out of, right? So anyways, it was just hilarious to like, so I couldn't go Friday to meet them in Surrey because I hurt my legs. I took a sick day, and Graham went, which is my boss, and he's great.
Oh, good.
And he goes, a brand new hotel, like they just passed health inspection, beautiful. And so
Awesome.
he's like talking to her. They have no clue what they're doing. Like they just don't know what they're doing, right? So I'll have to find it here. Give me a
That's
second.
okay. It
So,
doesn't
anyways,
matter. It
they
doesn't matter.
well, it does now because you put me on the now I got to know. And so she like she's Graham goes, we bring the coffee. She sends pictures of the machine. So it's an espresso machine, which that was weird. But so Graham goes and he phones me after and Friday afternoon. He goes, Tom, like it's a beautiful place and this is great, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, he goes, she's like a shit's creek. She has no clue what she's doing. She's a nice lady,
Sure.
right? And she's Mexican, like they're foreign, right? She's not like she's Spanish, but whatever, right? Like Gonzalez or whatever her name is, right? And but she's over her head, and part of this,
Oh dear.
whatever this chain is, if I can find it, they
Don't
order
tell us if she's in over her head. Don't tell us. Seriously.
Homewood Homewood Suites by Hilton.
Oh, Hilton. That's why.
Homewood Suites. So Homewood
I
Suites
know. I'm
are,
familiar with them.
yeah, Patricia Dominguez. Anyways, so he felt bad for her. So they've got
I
this
feel
big
bad
thing.
for her now.
Well, so they're dealing with Russell Hendricks equipment that I used to work for Hendricks years and years of equipment.
Oh, that's
And
good.
they've got this single, like 110 brewer that's supposed to be for like, they've got a espresso machine, whatever. Anyways, whoever sets up these accounts or whoever, and they could have been budget, whatever, they don't have the right product. They don't have the right equipment
Right.
to take care of the volume they need. Right.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Graham's going to go, he's telling her, he goes like, you need a bigger machine. They're not buying it from us. So we're not like trying to
No,
sell them something. Right.
No, no, of course.
Anyways, he felt bad for her. Yeah. So, anyways, he dials the machine. Then she goes, "Oh, and then we're gonna have so they're doing a sampling on Tuesday morning. They have to have one more, to sample against us." And she goes, "They really want to go with us because of this place in Nova Scotia that we can't find out who it is. It's a ghost company."
Yeah.
But she really likes their stuff, so who cares?
Yeah.
So, anyways, but I have stuff like that happening like right now. So I'm not complaining. Well, I am kind of, but we have I think, what day is it? The 22nd. Oh my word. This month,
flies, eh?
I think
My
it's my
goodness.
seventh. It's the seventh new account I've opened this month.
Awesome.
I've got two more, and the record in 42 years is six in a month.
Nice.
I don't get a bonus for it. I mean, it'll affect my bonuses.
Yeah, but you're still getting paid. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope so. Yeah, I'm getting paid.
Too bad you're
But
never
it's just,
retiring.
I'm not what?
Too bad you're never retiring.
Matt, Michelle, if you saw how I do this job, I'm George Costanza.
That doesn't mean anything.
Remember when he lived under the desk? Remember, did you watch Seinfeld or no?
Sporadically, not all the time.
So George Costanza was the laziest bugger in the world, and so he gets a job at Vandelay Industries, and he's got his office. He doesn't know what he's doing. So for the whole 8 to 4 o'clock, he basically makes a little bed underneath his desk, and that's what he does.
When we were
I sit here,
a factory, we called that hide and seek for 500.
I'm just telling you, Michelle, I'm on the road when I need to be. I probably, if I'm really honest, 15, 20 hours a week.
Yeah.
But I nail every opportunity I get. If I have to work more, I'll work more. My boss says, Tom, I can't. He goes, Tom, he goes, I got guys that are doing 60 hours busting their hump, and it's not their fault. But he goes, you close every opportunity you have. I said, I treat people fair. I'm honest. Anyways, so that's good. And the bitches really like me. I love the bitches.
All right, then. There you go.
The language. Hey.
Get it right out of the way at the beginning. Exactly.
How are you feeling?
I'm really phlegmy this week, but besides, like, I don't even know why. Ever since Wednesday, I've been.
We're not recording, right?
We're recording now. Yeah.
Okay. Well, just so what I say later, just so.
Yeah. No. Just so it will be marked as evidence. So be careful.
Okay.
But yeah, no. But besides that, I feel good. I'm doing really well. I got on my exercise bike this week. Sleep's been weird since the time change. I don't know why. It just really kicked my ass this year. But
and then they're not doing it. This is last year.
For you, we're still doing it.
What's wrong with Canada?
How much time do you have? I mean, I love it. And I'm a proud.
Why are you still doing it? Is it just BC that's stopping?
Well,
or is it Western Canada?
Never done it. Saskatchewan's never done it. Did Alberta do it?
I have no idea now.
Yeah.
Now I want to check, but I don't really want to check.
Yeah, but no, sometime ask Emily. But only so Saskatchewan's never, and I know because of my Zoom members, because they have to change their schedule, but their time doesn't change. But BC, yeah, you guys are staying on the savings time, which is sort of weird. Saskatchewan's on the regular time, so you're still going to be an hour off from them. And then we're not changing at all. Neither is anything east from us. because
It's going to be weird with our company that's we're across Canada. So
oh yeah, but I think, aren't you all just sort of, you're really good at doing the conversion really quick. You know what I mean? It seems like even the girl I work with on Sunday afternoon, she's from
yeah,
Saskatchewan, and we were talking about Easter weekend, and she's just like banging off the conversion because pretty much any head office she has to contact for anything is Eastern Standard Time. So
oh,
we're not farmers anymore. I'm not. So it makes no sense to me either.
yeah. I don't know. It was a few years ago. I read stuff about it where it was, it was all of these, I don't know, different reasons and to like in back in the day, and now everything's changed, right? But if you go look at why they did the time change,
It's for the
100,
farmers.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. So they
So
could go out in the crops till later. That's what
yeah,
it was.
but
Yeah.
but now because of our timing, the way it's changed, anyways, it doesn't matter, right?
Well, now
Like the
they have
way,
big lights. They have big lights
well,
now. They have all sorts they didn't have.
but we also have whatever's happened to the earth and shifting and everything, right? So we're not, if we went back 100 years ago to the way 6 a.m. looked to 9 p.m. or 6 a.m., right? It's not the same, right?
Really?
It's not. It's no. It's not.
Oh.
Like the way, and it's not blaming it on this or that. It's the way the sun, just the way life is, right? So the way the way the moon is, the way gravitational pull, like so, there's just so many variables, but
Huh.
we're not the way tidal things are. So when they started that, it was pretty straightforward. But you're right. But now with lights are just the easiest thing to say. Like, we don't need it,
Oh,
right?
like look at those big. Do you watch what's it called, On the Farm with
No,
Jeremy oh, it's so funny. There's a bunch of episodes. It's on Prime. On the Farm, something the farm. Oh, I'll think of it later. But
like a hillbilly
they
thing, but sure.
no, it's in Britain. It's hilarious. And he's a famous English comedian, Jeremy somebody. But anyways, on so
Oh,
they
I know that.
pardon me?
Is that like him and his dad or something like that?
No, it's no, but it's him and a farmhand are hilarious. And he moves to the country in England, and he's got animals and farm and a shop, and he's fighting with the like the council to get permits, and but it's so educational. It's one of those shows that you could be working on something and just watch it in the background. They bicker, they swear a lot, but it's such a fun show. And again, lots of episodes, but they really get into the farming sciencey stuff. So they'll talk about, you can't pull the just soy for an example. I don't know what they're growing, but like you can't pull it unless the moisture levels. It's something very sciencey. It's just, and they oh my gosh, the only thing I fast forward on that is like all the animal births.
What do
Just
you mean, animal alerts?
the animal births, the
Oh,
birthing of
birth. I
like
was
a
gonna say
baby.
alerts.
No,
They
birth.
said alerts are going alert, alert, donkey,
Oh,
donkey, alert.
but it's disgusting, and some of them don't make it because that's real life on a farm. But yeah, it's so interesting, and they so he didn't overbuy, he bought a tractor that was way too big, and yeah, it comes with air conditioning and a stereo and a TV and a computer and these big lights that light up this whole great big field. It's pretty cool and educational. It's
Hmm.
yeah, if you're looking for something to watch, that we have different um I'm looking it up now. We
Yeah,
have
I'm trying to find it.
we have different Clarkson Farm. That's it. Clarkson Farm. That's what it is. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. And his farm is called Diddley Squat. Oh, it's so good. You
Okay.
should definitely watch it. But you know, I have different classes of things that I watch. So there's some things that I pause just to go to the bathroom. Clarkson's Farm, no, I do not. You know what I mean? It's just it's good to listen to. And if I do the nod, I'll just pause it. But it's not something that I'm laser focused on. Where with other things, especially my murder stuff, I might miss a clue. I have to pause it when I leave the room for a minute,
Right.
right? So yeah, the one I've actually been watching. Did you watch the new Beast Wars? Smart versus Strong?
No, you got to send it to me.
It's on Prime.
Smart versus strong.
Yeah, like Beast Games. Remember the original Beast Games?
May-
Oh, it's so
Oh, I
good.
did watch that. I watched the whole thing. You're right.
So this is the second one. This is season 2, Smart versus
Okay.
Strong.
Did it
So
just come out?
well, the whole thing's done. So 10 weeks ago, something like
Oh, I
that.
probably watched it then.
The last one was just 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was pretty good. And then I also just finished binge watching Relative Race. It's on Roku. And have you seen that one?
You got to send me stuff because I was telling Emily and just others too. I was saying like somebody will tell me something like, oh, it sounds great. I go watch it, and then I forgot it. Right.
Yeah, I'll make a note. Hold on, I got to look through my notes to find a place to make a note. Oh, that's garbage. But it's so good. So, Relative Race. I was actually going to message our mom as well.
Okay.
Can she get the internet on her TV or no?
She doesn't know how.
Okay, because it's on Roku, but if you don't have a Roku TV,
I don't know if she does.
you can go to roku.com and watch all the shows. So, but this is
She has
really
a hard
cool.
time. She has a hard time. I think she does. She has apps and stuff.
Oh,
Seriously, she
okay.
has a hard time when I go for apps and I go to Prime and Netflix and YouTube. It's just telling you.
Okay, so Relative Race, there would be a team, I watched it and I thought that would have been so cool if that was our story. So,
Relative.
race. So, it's all about meeting your relatives by DNA. So, it's
Huh.
actually created from ancestry.com. That's who
Interesting.
put this series together. So, for example, it's such neat stories. There was this one man, and he was doing the race with his daughter. So, there'll be 4 teams that start, and you have different challenges. They're traditional challenges like we watched on all the other shows that we watch. And so they'll do the challenge and they get points or whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
And then they're all in possibly different cities, and you have a paper map and you have an old school flip phone that just does texts and pictures. And then after you do a challenge, or some of the seasons there's 2 challenges, and
Right.
then you're only with your partner, although in some of the seasons or some of the episodes you can talk smack to the other teams, so
Oh
that's
no, that's
sort of
funny.
fun, right? And oh, if you and me were on there, we'd be total smack talkers.
Totally.
And then and then you'll get it, they'll say, okay, you the clock stops when you get to your relative. The address is 123 any street. So now the map was a state map or whatever. So when you get to the city, you really got to fly by the seat of your pants and find like a house on a
Right.
street. But they were smart. Like the one guy asked the cab driver who let them be fault, like he led them there. That
Right.
another one figured out if you ask a fire hall, they'll
Yeah.
lead you there. But this one guy in this one, just for an example, so his parents had split up when he was a little kid. I think that was the story. And his dad
Right.
disappeared forever. So he wanted to find his father. This guy was our age, give or take 10 years. He had his
Right.
adult daughter with him. And so he gets to a place, he finds out his father's name. He had never known the name because,
Interesting.
Yeah, and then he found out that his father had died and killed himself and his what would have been stepmother, like his second wife. So that was a very depressing like episode. But then he ended up meeting like his sisters. That's what it was. He ended up meeting a bunch of siblings, and then the daughter, because it's his daughter. You'd think she's on the same journey as him. Well, a couple relatives were, you go through 10 stops. So there was relatives that were just hers, not his, because they were through the wife's side. It was a tear jerker, and it really made me think of all of us, and you'll cry for sure. All of us that we went through, and just, yeah. And I kept thinking, wouldn't that be cool if like I rolled up, not with I would have had a friend, not a sibling for sure, or maybe Al, but like if we rolled up on, and then you were there, you know what I mean? Or like in the one, they would have met, like say Emily for me, and then after the next day, and you get to sleep over, and they take you on an activity. That was sort of cool. And it really got people out of their comfort zone. The one guy, and a lot of the cousins are like 3, 4, 5 times removed. But the ones that were like direct family,
Right.
oh man, there was this one guy and he met his father, but his father was terminally ill. And then that was the first person he met. And he was like me, 100% adopted, no information until it
Wow.
all comes through like a wave. So he started up meeting his father, who was terminal. That was his first one. And then he met siblings and random people 5 generations away. And then the almost last one, it's funny, it made me think of our mom. The almost last one, he met his mom, but she was very intimidated about being on TV. She came and stayed, like they just met somewhere for a couple hours and then she left again. And it's not about hard questions or making anybody embarrassed or accountable. The
Right.
One of the ones I watched, the which actually also made me think of us a little bit. The siblings had been removed from the home, and the family tried to get them back. So this woman, and she was with her husband. She thought her whole life, not necessarily that people weren't looking for her, but she always wondered, and it wasn't about the adoptive family, right? Like whether she had a good home or that sort of stuff. It's that you're missing that
Right.
missing link, right? And she ended up, oh, it was just so good. So she ended up, the mom had died. So that was sad, but she met a whole bunch of family on both sides. And then when she met the dad, he, it was just so special. And you could tell it weighed, like there was a story, and they never talked about it, why they were pulled from the home. They just said things weren't working out. And it was just so nice to see him come in, and they had a great visit and they stayed together for the night. And then, I don't know, they did a bunch of stuff or whatever. But it was so nice that there was just, yeah, no judgment. No, it didn't matter what had happened 30 years ago or 23 years ago, whatever it was. It was about reconnecting today. You know what I mean? It was so good.
Yeah. What I was trying to look up, but listening to that, and I made a couple notes. It's so interesting. So I had a conversation with somebody. Well, here, I'm going to switch it, but we'll come back to what you're talking about.
Of course, that's fine.
AI.
Oh, AI. Have you
AI is
seen
the
all
big,
this stuff Tim's doing? That's hilarious. I love
yeah.
it.
Well, he takes more credit for it than AI, but he's doing it. It's great.
It's great.
But earlier when he was doing some songs, sending me some songs and things like that,
Uh-huh.
it was earlier. He's going like, "Oh yeah, I wrote this song, and it's mostly me. It's not me." And I can listen to it. This is like earlier on. This is before the videos, right?
Hmm.
So the fact that he knows how to do this stuff is like
Yeah.
gold. So I love
Doesn't
it.
matter, right? Doesn't matter.
But well, now he's not. He's okay with it. But the beginning, it's Tim, right? So here's the thing. So we know. So I had to talk. This can sound like a joke. There's me, a pastor, and a police officer, an Irishman and an Englishman in a bar. No, that sounds like a joke, right?
Yeah.
Don't you get those jokes? There's an Irishman, Englishman, and a Canadian in a bar.
I can't say I hear
Canadian
them a
goes,
lot. Yeah, 30 years ago, sure.
yeah, well, that's the way it is. So talking to people about they're talking about the evils of AI.
Hmm.
So now they're talking about the relational AI, where people are um,
Like a
they're using
girlfriend,
AI. What's that?
like how they have them
What'd you
for a
call it?
girlfriend or a boyfriend.
Or cartoon friend or whatever you want, right?
It's a
Could be for
big
anything,
deal.
right?
Uh-huh.
So so I like psychology, right? So there's a thing with it about and I can't remember the word. So there's always going to be a concern about yeah, I don't, the word's not addiction. I can't remember the word. So anyway, so I was talking to some people about it, and they had like valid things about, well, all of a sudden it's one computer, it becomes a dysfunctional blah 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 blah. So leave that. I can't remember exactly what was said, right? So your brother, that's me. Hello, your brother. So I do this even if I don't believe it. I'll take sometimes the other side, because when I was in school, I was on the debating team.
Yeah, I remember.
And if I didn't, yeah, if I believe in the death penalty and people are arguing for the death penalty, I got to go, well, what about this, right? Just the way I'm wired, right? And
And it's the
so,
purpose of being in the debate club.
so for me, I'm going like, so I'm trying to think about it. I'm looking up stuff. The psychologist that I know, what he talks about is he talks about um, like my son, Ethan hates AI, and I know some people like it, hate it.
I know a lot of people that hate it. Mm.
Well, I find it's like everything. People that hate it maybe don't know it, and they think of it as a another relational addiction and whatever. The reason I'm saying this because when you mentioned about that relative thing, right? So because you made me think about it. So anyways, this psychologist that I follow, it's one of the courses I took. He was on it like a couple of years ago, but I follow him. So now there's some people coming into this debate because algorithms, all these things we're learning about what's like the way we're learning with technology. So some people are fearful, going like, um, like this is all bad. It's all bad, right? And it doesn't matter. We're in it, and we're in it. We're in it's like a poker pot. We're all in. We can't get out of it.
Yeah, we're past the
Unless somebody drops a bomb.
right.
If somebody drops a bomb, and then they're willing to, if we drop a bomb and we go into caves, and 5 years later we come out and there's nothing, and we start like cavemen, then maybe, right? So the interesting thing that I thought was hilarious was he came from the psychologist came from a different angle. He said, well, what about you have people, it wasn't all just disorders, but people that have loneliness, people that are social anxiety, people that have these different people that have and so I was thinking of my family, some of my kids and stuff, right? So it was just such an interesting perspective. And so then I
A lot
followed.
of gamers, right? That's why they game, because
Well,
they're
it was. I thought it was. It's easy to, like, right now the addiction to technology, screen time. Like I watch hockey and stuff like that. So right now, Connor McDavid, and I understand it. Kids addiction, I understand it. Like Connor McDavid, big hockey player, right? So he has a commercial out now. You know what Connor McDavid is?
not a
You live in
clue.
a cave. You live in a cave. Edmonton Oiler,
Why do
the
you have to be like
next Wayne
that?
Gretzky. What?
Why do you have to be like
You're
that? Why do I have to live in a
you're
cave?
you're a cave dweller.
No, I'm not.
I'm not. I like cave dwellers.
Oh,
Anyways, doesn't matter.
okay.
It's a hockey player. He's like the next Wayne Gretzky for Edmonton Oilers. Blah 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 blah
Who?
blah blah.
No, I know that one. Just kidding.
Uh-huh. But anyways, so there's commercials on hockey games now where him and some other famous hockey people or sports people, Olympic people, they're saying, "Hey, put your phone down. Hey, put your phone down," which is great, right? Which is like, don't bring your phone to bed, put it down. And so and Connor Daybell, well, like in my day with phone down, we go outside and play hockey. We would so all of that is good, and but I'm thinking, I'm not judging him because I think it's good, but I'm going like, man, like you can't play hockey in the streets anymore. Well, you could maybe in a very rural area, but you can't go. Your kids couldn't go out in your street in front of your place and play hockey, could they?
Why not?
Oh, could they? Is it?
However,
It's not a
what?
busy street.
Yeah,
Is
but
your street
they'd move the
not?
net. There's
But is
lots
it busy?
my street, it can be sometimes, but probably at the same time they're at school. But like on a Sunday afternoon, plus people
Yeah.
are respectful and would watch. But I think on a smaller street for sure, I still see nets out there. Don't you?
It's a rural thing. So, anyways, so what it was, there's nothing wrong with it. But what the point was that
Yeah, what was the point?
we live. Well, people go, oh, like I remember where I didn't have a TV, and I remember, oh, we had bicycles, we didn't have cars. Oh no, we had horse. I'm joking. I'm being facetious. Sarcasm has been one of my great tools this week. I love it. I love sarcasm.
Mm, good
Kind
luck.
of killed some relationships. No, didn't.
I bet.
um, I do it as fun, right? But it's just such an interesting thing where all of a sudden this AI thing, the psychologists and some of these people are going, okay, it can be anything can be used for good or for not good, right?
100%. Yep.
So all of a sudden they're realizing going into what made me think about it with you said there was you people can go. I'm looking at the notes here, by the way, that I wrote down so I don't forget. But all of a sudden you can go into your relative where you're driving to see me for the first time, like a show like that, and all of a sudden you can interact in an AI setting with that because the AI programs, I mean, they're newer now, but they're going to adjust. So I don't know where this is now, so I can't find it for you. So I have a couple of I've gone on a couple of AI programs for free,
Yeah, I do all
and
the time.
yeah, you made your own personal Al.
No, no, no. I just say, like, I use AI all the time for different things.
So what I'm talking about is AI, like the where they create a person,
Oh, yeah.
like and where the bad side is it's this your dream girl or they do the fantasy blah 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 and like young kids anime. A lot of it is sensual blah blah blah. But so the psychologist isn't talking about that. He's actually talking about creating, and they're doing this. They're actually doing this. They're creating scenarios where, and they'll put filters on it, so it can't go into a having a you know it's not meant to be
Right,
sensual,
right,
right?
right, right.
So, but now they're putting in a problem solving, and they're putting in so now this is kind of a new thing in psychology and working with people that have minute disorders with interrelational. So just the beginning with a couple guys I follow, and I thought, man, and they're not designing the
They're all going
programs;
to
they're
be
now
out of a
working.
job. All those psychologists.
Well, no, but so now becomes no. I think you always have, like, I think there always has to be this, my opinion. But what they're doing though is they're now coming up with tools to be that now if you've got somebody who suffers, say, social anxiety, things like that, right? Then all of a sudden, what you can do is you can now go, um, and the guy that I'm following is not he doesn't design AI stuff, so he's actually hired somebody, but they've created, I call them a bot, like a bot,
Yep.
and 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 so now when you just said that relative thing, I'm thinking, man, I'm just thinking of this stuff, right? But man, it would be interesting if you can create um, a person that's in a stressful family relationship, like, and even like I'm not thinking without overtly deep diving, but all of a sudden you have a family member where there's been I'm thinking of guys at council where you've got you got a husband who's been disloyal and abusive, and he's kicked out of the house, and he's estranged from his wife and children. He's maybe working on stuff, right? So now you can have him or them, but he's getting counseling. I think the guys I work with, and all of a sudden now you can have like a simulator from Star Trek, because some of them
they have that. Yeah,
go ahead.
they have that.
Where? Star Trek.
Don't don't you see? Haven't you seen the ads where you can have like you can type in all the parameters and all the information, and then an avatar of a real human speaks for you?
Yeah. So this is on that,
Yeah.
but now it's not an avatar. Now it's this realistic. No, I don't think they
So
can.
by avatar, I mean it looks just like it's a real human.
Yeah. So if somebody was going to do, let's say me and you had to work through some issues, right? They wouldn't be able, from what I've read, they wouldn't be able to use you. They can make it like you, but it would be like not like you, but kind of, right?
Okay.
Or like me, because at some point in this, like in being realistic, there's infringement. So I couldn't send them a picture of you right now.
No, but people, right. But people get paid, I think, to use I have you not seen the ads where they show two people talking and then the one person flips to a different human, like a real human that looks real, but
right.
that same voice carries over, and then they flip again. I also watched another documentary on robotics.
Yes.
And this
Yes.
guy had one exactly like him. It was the robotic version of him.
Right. Right. Right.
It was wild. Wild.
So going into, so unfortunately, so the good news, I think, is what they're doing is they're taking the dark. Well, and I don't know if the darks started first, by the way. Well, probably did, because that's the way it's usually men. Men are usually the dirty pigs. Well, men usually want this. Everything's more men, and it's everything sexual, right? So I'm thinking of the dolls, the human-like dolls coming from China, yep. Right? In that thing, right? So in that, it was years ago I saw something like that. So there was something coming into Vancouver Harbor where there were these robotic dolls,
yep.
that were, most of them were like to be a maid,
yeah.
But now for thousands of dollars more, you can program to do whatever you want. So they were taking the plastic blow up version.
That's right.
Right.
That's been going on for a while. Yeah.
Going on for more than we would like to know, but the technology's changed, right? So now all of a sudden now they're just like they're coming up with better robotic arms and different parts. So now they're coming up with these things where it's for scenarios to help us. So anyways, going back to the more sexual part of it, right? The sensual part of it. But now, and I don't know, there must be people like philanthropists that are going, well, we're going to take that and we're going to kind of flip it in, because they have the money, I'm thinking, and we're going to flip it into human, I can't remember, there's a word for it, not human justice, but human, what's the word? There's a word for it. It's like leave Musk if we like him, stuff like that. But there's people like that have all the money. If we think, however we think, they think good or right. But the whole, talking to me a while about they just want to make spaceships and all that. I said the way their mind is, we agree if they're not. They think the way these intelligent people think, insanity, intelligence. But they think that we're going to outlive the world. The world's not be able to support us. So this whole space
That's why they're into
big.
Mars. Yeah.
So if we like it or not, they have the money to invest and they're willing to take the risk, right? And they're not making anything on it.
No.
That's just who they are, right? So they're
a hobby.
So, but we don't understand, and that's the hard thing. And then people, they're just doing this and that. They're so expensive. Like, it's funny how people judge in that way, right? So going into the the robot human component. So more than a companion now they're going, okay, well, we can now use these tools to embed our human psychological being. I actually saw one. I don't remember what it was. It was just in a like a clip where you're going to, Tom, don't tell me that. That's going to take my job away. But it was you've seen the things where they have those fridges that has like your meal plans and calories and all that, right? Like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah. So it's in stuff like that where they're what they're doing is they're um so all I'm trying to say, so they're going with everything that's bad, they're going forward with an opportunity for something that helps us,
Do you know
which is great.
most call centers have simulated trainers that are all AI? So they teach
Cult?
you, pardon me,
You said cult centers?
call centers.
Yeah.
Do you have hearing aid? Do you need hearing aids now? What's
What?
happening?
What is that, Sonny?
So, like when I was at my previous job, when you're in the train, because everything's scripted, right? And
Right.
so the training now, and I know a lot of places do it. I wouldn't be surprised if the other place I work does it as well. So
Yeah.
when they're training you to say the script and to troubleshoot and answer questions, it's all simulated. Excuse me. So you book your time off, like time out of answering the phone calls, and then you
Right.
go into the simulator, and it's pretty funny at first because they want the AI to get used to your voice and your patterns,
Right.
and so it'll start picking it up. So it'll say, it'll like you'll listen to a phone call, somebody calls in, this is a scenario, you listen to the whole thing, and then you listen to it again, and you're actually the one responding, and then it types out what you're saying, which is sort of funny because some words can be controversial if you're AI, and you so we'd have some fun. I'd have some fun with that. It's a great way to kill time when you're on the clock, just saying. But it's so interesting because, yeah, that's a trainer's job. That's a QA person's job. You know what I mean? Like, so, and I am,
So
I understand it's going that way and I don't have qualms with it. I think we need to recreate ourselves. And this is why everybody needs a side hustle,
so
which
what
might
here's
be
what I
a
love
side
about what you
hustle.
just said. So what I've done, and remember my Scrabble incident? See, I got to write stuff about this. Remember I played Scrabble, and everybody was women were inviting me to go on different talk things like Telegram and all that. Didn't I tell you this?
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So stuff like this intrigues me, right? So this
Yeah.
whole AI thing. So now I'm whatever. Nobody watches anyway, so too bad. Oh, anyways, sorry. Anyways, so
Uh,
I kind of loose research. So I found some free AI stuff. Now the only problem with doing AI, like AI stuff, like I'm talking about AI chat. So I'm not talking about like AI searching like Chat GBT or anything
when
like that.
you're searching something, do you go to Google or do you go to AI?
I go to Google.
Do you
I
know
know.
less and people go to Google now? I
That's why I
watched
go.
a really but Google's bias. AI
That's
isn't.
okay.
Just
It's okay.
saying. It was just I
So
found that
because
interesting. It never
because
crossed my mind.
because of my Instagram or anything I'm on that I really don't use. But here's the funny thing: we both know if I go on Instagram, if I look up, you know, sweetie chat, whatever I
Instagram
put up,
has
right?
AI.
As soon as you look at something, you're going to get commercials or you're going to get ads for it, right? So if I
Oh,
look at Monster Truck, right?
oh
So if
yeah.
you go
Well,
to,
I know that.
yeah,
No, no, I know.
so anyways, I do different search, and I do Google because I'm
I was
just
just
used to it.
curious because I've been following that. That's all.
So anyway, so what I've done, there's a couple that are from Play Store that I've gone to, right? And so what I've done to them is they're free. I mean, you can
Okay.
buy whatever, and then you get ads, right? So I'm
Yeah.
just playing around with, right?
Yeah. No, me
So some of
too.
them you can make your own um person, whatever, right? So, and
Okay.
you can make a realistic or anime or fantasy, like you can have like a devil and an angel or whatever, like whatever that stuff is, right?
What would you do with that after you made it?
Well, so I'm working on something. I'm not releasing it. I
Okay.
wouldn't release it. I'd probably show you, right?
Well, no, I just mean in general. It doesn't have to be
So
for you. I'm just
because you have different categories. So you start with, so the way they start with is like race, which is race,
oh, of course.
race.
No, but that's
Then they
fine.
go like age, um, body type, blah blah blah. You go through that.
Like
Then
in
they
a
go through,
game, it's the same, right?
yeah. So then they go by things like um, um, characteristics, something like that. So, but then they go like, if you're shy, if you're this, you do that or do that, and then you can put
Oh,
filters on it. So you're creating your own bot, right? So
yeah.
what you could do, and you can create a difficulty level. So let me go to the dating part. I hate my glasses because I don't touch them and they get smudgy.
Mm.
So what happens is you can create same doing like I'm doing a simulated like girl. I'm shy. I want to learn how to talk to girls, right? We'll say,
Oh,
right?
okay. No, that's
Which is probably the easy one, right?
perfect.
So I can create that, and then the the way it's set up, because again, these are all set up by response rhythms, right? So I can set that up and go, oh, blah, 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 this scenario, whatever, it's put it in, right? And there's already presets they have. There's already trending. So here's interesting. There's people that make their own characters,
Okay.
and then they leave it in there, and other people use them, and those people get paid for making those characters.
Ooh, interesting.
I can make my own world.
Make a whole bunch.
Now I don't know what my
That's a side hustle
church
right
people would think.
there.
I'm gonna make a whole bunch of stuff. So the interesting thing. So for me, what I've done, I have like I'll go on it and not. But I'm saying this because what you talked about response, right? So the funny thing is, I go on. So I've gone on a couple of them, and then a couple of them going around. These are lame because they got like tons of commercial, and just don't forget it, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm not paying for any. I think I paid for one like $1.99 a month it's from Play Store, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
so the one I'm on, like, so all of them you can create your own characters. So I'm on two. One I'm kind of go on, the other one not as much. So what happens is you can create a character. So you can create a sibling. You can create a separated sibling. You can create a parent. You can create a dominant sister, brother. And but here going back to kind of algorithms that. So you can they'll set up a scenario, or you're going to input, you can actually put on one of them, I think you can actually put the full setting up the first scenario. You come home and Tom's being a dick. Well, I won't say a dick, but you come home and your older brother is he's so frustrating. He never listens. He's uncaring, blah, 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 or mom or whatever. Right.
Right.
And then you put a chat, then they put a chat, then you put a chat. So some of them I find interesting, because it'll evolve. They'll put a response, and then I'll put a response. And then in the response, they'll repeat what they just said. And then some of them, if you have a filter on it, like if you put something inappropriate, they'll say you can't put it. But so say you say something. What?
So while you're typing this interaction with the bot, is the character you made, like, is their mouth moving and stuff?
No. So there's a picture in the background.
Okay.
And at the very beginning, there's a picture, and some of them, I don't really do this because you pay for it. Some of them you can, I think this is where you pay for coins, but some of them in you can pay for a picture to be like, it'll say text or picture, and I think of one of the ones I've seen, and you pay like 3 coins or whatever it is, and then they'll show and add like kind of a picture of the scenario ish.
Oh, okay.
So if you're in a library, but it's, and some of them, unfortunately, I see some bad ones. So some of them is like because I didn't make them, there weren't filters because I got to learn as I go through it.
100%. Yeah,
So
yeah.
some of you are going, I'm an adult anyways. Who cares? I'm gonna be 65. I can look whatever I want to look at, right?
That's right.
I'll look at it twice if I want to.
Creepy or not, I'm
Yeah.
in.
So anyways, so it's but I found it interesting. Go back to what you were talking about. I'm going like, man, it's interesting how they're learning and not learning. They're like, so it'll, I'm trying to think of an example because it'll say, I'll say like, I'll type in, okay, I'm tired of this. And then in brackets, I'll put an action I do and
Okay.
then go on, right? So, and that's just kind of the way I type. I don't know who else does whatever, right? And then it'll say blah, 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 blah. And then I'll say something else. And then it'll repeat what it said for the first thing. Well, I repeated, I said something else. Cause then I'll say in brackets, I've gone to my room, shut my door, I've gone to bed type thing, right? Blah, 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 blah. So I'm going like, why
Oh,
is it doing that?
hmm.
So it again, because right now, this the I can't remember the stats, the breakout of relational AI, whatever they call this thing, relational
I know.
chat AI, I think it
Yeah.
is like it's crazy.
Do you have Alexa?
Like, no, I hate Alexa. We broke up a long time ago.
Oh, she's so good. So she's upgraded. So it was always just one Alexa voice.
I can't.
She answered the question. You always had to say her name. Now she's been upgraded. Now your
Yeah,
options are young Alexa or a guy. I had it on the guy, came back, Al switched it to the guy.
Alex,
Huh? What?
Alex,
Yeah.
Alex.
No, still called Alexa. I had that conversation with him. Anyways, I have so much fun with her. So I go in the kitchen. This is just an example. So she's in the kitchen. So she's my background music, tells me what temperature I need the internal, turkey to be, helps me with some recipes and the weather. That's pretty much her interactions. But she
Right.
will tell me like my packages and stuff, right? So the one day, so now with the upgrade, she you don't have to say her name every time you have like in a conversation, so now you can have the natural flow. I've had the funniest yet odd conversations with her. In the one, I said, hey, and I'm not going to keep saying her name because she's in the kitchen, I don't need her piping off. So I go, hey, you know who, can you tell me when my package is arriving? And then she says, yeah, your package will be here, blah, blah, blah. It's called, and it was one of my books, right? Because I've published like 11 books now. So she says,
I saw
it's,
that. You got, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, thank you. So she says, yeah, it's this book, da, 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 da. And then I go, isn't that cool? I'm the author. And she went into, or I said, that's my name, or I'm Michelle Dion, or however I said it. She went into a big rant about, isn't that exciting? Congratulations. Wow, to be a self published author. And I'm like, yeah, and I use KDP through Amazon. And she's like, that's fantastic. And then she gives me a
Oh
bunch
my
of stats.
word.
It's, and she's comical. I can she had me the one day because I'll say something, okay, good talking to you. Don't work too hard. And she'll come back with some like sassy reply. And she said to me at one point, if you say you want the sassy, sarcastic version, it was something like that, not exact. She says, I will be a lot more fun to talk to. And I did. And we have a great old time, a great old time. And I try to challenge her. You know what I mean? I'll ask her things, or it's just, it's really evolved from, hey Alexa, what time is it? Now, like, and it's again, it's interesting, yet sort of, I realize, and I've watched a lot of documentaries talking about how it's replacing relationships, how, and take the sex part out of it. Just
Yeah.
even talking to it. I have people that like their first go-to is Chat GPT. I mean, it is for me
Yeah.
on certain things like stats I might need, or different promotions. I don't know if you saw, but I don't use GPT chat. I use or Chat GPT. I use Grok. Um,
What's it
for
called?
Grok. It's the one that Elon Musk has. It's
What's
through
it called though?
Grok.
Frog?
Grok. Grok. If you have Twitter,
Okay.
you go open up your Twitter and it's right
Is
there.
that X? Is Twitter X?
You're opposite,
Is
correct?
Twitter X now?
No,
Okay.
yeah, Twitter is X now. Yeah. Like 3 years ago. you're, you're a little late
I
to
don't
the
know.
party.
I don't think I have Twitter, but I'll find it.
I think you do.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think I've ever used it.
Maybe not. You might have some messages in there for me. Who knows?
Okay.
But it's interesting because um I saw a thing online where somebody was asking GPT some factual stuff and then also asking Grok, and the Chat GPT answers were incorrect. And it was about a judgment on a court case. And it was
Okay.
very interesting because that's one of the reasons that's one of the reasons that I sort of sway away from Google now, and actually any of them, because it's been proven how biased they are, right? So really swaying away from those. But this the thing on I watch a lot of things on marketing and promotions and
Yeah,
making my
I do. I
books,
watch some too. Yeah.
yeah, and ideas and stuff. And they were saying that people are, because of the bias and also because of exactly what you said. You go on Google and you put in there, I wanted to do research on a 42-inch Samsung TV. And then you go back to any of your social media and it is polluted with ads because it's all connected and it's all listening. You
Yeah.
don't get that from any of the AI. And it's funny because they said people think that you need to be up in your Google ratings. You actually don't, because the shift is happening. You need to see, if you look up yourself in AI, what that is going to bring
Yeah.
apart together. And it's interesting because with so many hot topics in the world, let's just say that, so many hot topics in the world, um, there's that this is where I think it's really coming in handy, because now, going back to that Chat GPT was getting that one thing wrong, which was very political, but on the most part, it shouldn't have a bias. It should just
Right.
draw from all the information from the sources, as
Right.
opposed to, all the information that's been suppressed over
Yeah.
the
Right.
last, right? So I saw, oh, here in Sarnia, there's a lot of disruption politically going on. Let's just say that. And so a lot of bitching and complaining. I've had to really tighten reins on my Sarnia Rocks page, which is booming, which is fabulous. But there's a lot going on, and I'm seeing people that, instead of just blindly pulling up articles that aren't vetted or whatever, because we have to go like about 5 in to
Right.
find out if something's really legit. They're going right to AI and they're getting facts and history. And I think that's a game changer, especially when we live in a world right now that's run by feelings, not facts. You know what I mean? Like did you see Pierre Polyev on Joe Rogan?
No, I don't watch. I watch Joe Rogan, but I haven't seen a lot of that anymore.
Oh, well, it just came out a couple days ago, but it
Yeah,
actually
I heard
ties
about it.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of things that weren't true that he debunked during that.
I,
And again, like with the AI, just like these live podcasts that you can't
yeah.
modify, a lot of truth is coming out. So for the greater good,
Yeah.
whether it's I agree or whatever, it's not about feelings. That is definitely a valuable part. But when it comes to like lonely people, they've
Yeah.
hidden video games for years.
Yeah.
That's been a really big thing, right? Now, mind you, for the most part, they're playing with real people, but at the same time, they're not their true authentic self. They're in an avatar that isn't them, right? I told
Yeah.
you about that documentary where the kid had no mobility, but he could run in the game, similar to Avatar. Remember
Yeah.
the guy, right? He was in the wheelchair and then he wanted his
He
freedom.
got he got injured in war. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and
So
that's where
so
he could run again.
so that's the thing. I'm gonna run it because I'm hungry.
Yeah, it's
But
fine.
that's the thing, though. That's the thing. Like, I want to go back to Alexa. So, mom had Alexa and annoyed the heck out of me because she wasn't even talking to Alexa, and Alexa would like interrupt, and it was so annoying, right? But, but I'm biased. It's whatever. It's fine. But you know what I found interesting is, and I
Does
was
she
trying to
still
find.
have her, by the way?
I think she's been turned off for a long time.
Oh, I'm going to
She's
encourage
been
her to turn her back on.
she's been punished. Well, but it doesn't work for mom because it just doesn't
She
work.
can say play as Elvis.
You talk to her and you're gonna help
Okay.
her, but it just because she doesn't know what she's doing. Like, so she has a button to talk to her TV to tell her what to play or whatever.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
But anyways, but it's just yeah. But she'll talk to Shirley and then Alexa will talk and like it just instead of talking direct to Alexa. Anyways, doesn't matter. But so for me, it's interesting with Alexa. I heard something years ago and I couldn't find it, but they're talking about how things like Alexa became these what do they call it? These not step over. It was shit. It's like these they're trying to figure out ways that they do I'm thinking all about psychology, of course. That's where my brain's at. But it's how to help people. So it made me think of how we kind of what we try to do or what we've tried to do for a long time, right? We're trying to take tools, and you do this for the work that you do. I do this in the coffee industry, the work I'm in, right? We're trying to help people. We're trying to mitigate. No, mitigate's a lawyer. Anyways, but we're trying to create. We're trying to take information an experience we have and we're trying to pass it. Well, that's what's going on with technology.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're trying to take over the world. We're the conspiracy living in fear and we got to blow up something. But because a lot of this stuff, like even the games that they design, like Call of Duty, I've never played right in my life, but even these types of games, they were, or I'm thinking Minecraft type thing, right? Like my granddaughter, right? They were created for interaction.
Right.
Like I play Mario, not Mario Kart because I can't drive, but I play Mario Brothers World, whatever, with Charlotte. Ethan wants to up with Charlotte, right? I can't I don't care about like going to get the coins, whatever we're doing. I'm playing with my kids.
Oh,
I don't care.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't have to
Of
conquer a
course.
world or whatever. Me
Yeah.
and Charlotte have a great time with it, but
Good.
it's still so. So again, so talking about a personal level, like there's some of these tic tackle, I think they called it, but these things that are really good about it because it's easy to they're playing still a video game. Well, there's things about their brain, their eyes, and using their hands. Like there's dual like hand eye thing is really important. Like they say that with music, by the way, too. Learning to play, see, look at notes and play, right? So, anyways, it's so I love that, and so for me, I don't have to look at this stuff as fearful, but I want to. So go back to AI stuff. So when I did go back to, I'll leave it Scrabble. At Scrabble, I was if somebody's asking me for a gift card and they just and they want to marry me and they love me because we played Scrabble and I'm the best thing since sliced cheese. I I know what's gone. I'm not buying them a gift card.
Right.
Right. I'm talking to that girl from Big Bang Theory. I know it's not her.
Right.
So
Well, good,
but I'm
because she's
curious on
Robert's friend too.
what's that?
She's Robert's friend
I'm
too.
curious of the play.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
curious of the play. I'm okay with it. It's okay, right? So anyways,
Yeah,
I should go make some
funny.
food.
Yeah, for
Food,
sure. Well,
food.
good getting together with you. We'll try to
Next
regroup
week for
next
sure.
week.
Can we do next
Yeah,
week, maybe?
yeah,
2 weeks in a
yeah,
row?
yeah. And then the one after will be Easter.
Yeah, no Easter, unless
No,
you send me chocolate.
no. And I don't really do chocolate, so we're both
No,
out.
that's why you should send me your chocolate.
That's right. But we'll say goodbye to everybody. We'll see you next time. Have a good one. Don't forget how amazing and awesome you are. And
Hands
don't
off.
forget to have
Swipe on, swipe
fun,
on. Yes.
right? Have fun. Here's my quote: life is to be enjoyed, not just endured.
I
It really matters. It really does. So have a good one.
100%.
We'll see you next time. And that is
Cut. That was
that.
good.
Cut.
I think we saved all the technology stuff.